if we're not winning by 3 or 4 clear goals, I think the vultures will be circling to Hague in the English media.
Ten Hag is about to face his one love from his footballing past in FC Twente. I'm here on Forever United TV with Jay as we look ahead to what Manchester United have got in front of them with this Europa League game. This is your road trip look ahead / preview of our first opening to the new reformed Europa League competition this season. Manchester United needing a good start. First of all, Jay, in good spirits for this one, mate. How are you feeling after the weekend? Do you feel like United have got that bounce back in them again? Do you feel like we need to? How important is this game for Ten Hag to kick us off?
Okay, obviously first game Europa League, Adam, it's vitally important. But are we on Ten Hag not a bit like Forrest Gump FC, the biggest box of chocolates? You never know what you're going to get. 10 goals, 2 games, and then we can't finish dinner against Crystal Palace. But that being said, tonight, FC Twente, if we're not winning by 3 or 4 clear goals, I think the vultures will be circling to Hague in the English media.
I mean, you looked at it there. We just spoke a little bit off air there, Jay. Like, not had a bad start, but again, it's Old Trafford. It's FC Twente. They aren't the best team in the world, and United really should just be putting their front foot forward in this one. I think I said 4-0. That's still going to be my prediction. I think United will have way too much for FC Twente, and I think a lot of players have got a lot to prove in this Manchester United side, especially in the front line, like hitting goals. I think they're all going to be desperate. It's just a quick one, though, Jay. Do you feel like sometimes if the forward feels like he's got to impress and actually do a little bit more, it can sort of like put them off their game a bit, maybe get them doing things that they shouldn't do, i.e. look for the simple pass instead of going for glory?
And I'm 100%. The phrase that's always used is the ice in his veins striker. Well, last Saturday, we didn't see ice in one's veins. We saw sludge because they couldn't finish. And very often in sport, when one has to perform, pressure's on, one overthinks, takes that extra, half second to make a decision, and the moment's gone. And as you referenced there, they'll pass when they should shoot and vice versa. And a millisecond moment's gone. So tonight, I think it's a time for composure. You're playing FC Twente. You're not playing Prime Barcelona. You're not playing Real Madrid. You're not playing Juve. It's a mid-level Dutch team from a mid-level European league. And that's literally what it is. And look, Ten Hag tonight, you referenced it yesterday and the day before. He's going back to his boyhood club. He's played for them. He's managed them. So he's got a tinge of emotion there. But tonight, he parks emotion because he's got to get a job done.
Yeah, he does. He certainly does have to get the job done. I spoke with Mazraoui yesterday. Spoke to a few people around United. Obviously, was at Carrington for the pre-match press conferences. Ten Hag was quizzed a lot, Jay, on the fixture pile-up, how you actually manage and maintain. Like we seen yesterday from the vlog that I did, there's only one player missing in that whole squad now from training, which is Luke Shaw. So no excuse not to rotate. You can change as many players as you want. I think this team, whichever one you put out, is strong enough to batter FC Twente. And I'm still not being overly disrespectful, I don't think. And I don't think anyone in the comment section would say that I am with this. They're expecting a big win for Manchester United to kickstart this off. But in terms of the whole competition, Jay, do you feel like he has to approach it a certain way? He has to approach it where maybe let's just go all out in the first 4 games, try and get the points on the board, finish top 8 and then rest players later down the line? Or do you just see it as, just take it as another league alongside the Premier League? It's being played out until the end of January, so the league stage doesn't finish until early bleeding February. You just take it one game at a time, see who's available, and just keep yourself in that top 8 throughout, continuously rotating?
No, I'm of the opinion in this context, go hard or go home. If he does not finish in the first 4 of that top 8, Adam, he should not be manager of his club. I think because the third team from the Champions League no longer drops down to Europa League,
True,
it could not be more winnable this year. And there is he'll bang on about more games. I think, Adam, is there 2 extra games than previous?
Well, yeah. I said it yesterday. There's 2 extra games in the league format, but it'll only be exactly the same as what we played last time in the same competition because we had the round of 32 playoff. So we played 8 games before we officially joined up with everybody else in the competition. So it's pretty much the same, except it's probably not as a difficult extra 2 games, you could say, because the quality of the sides, with it being a 36 team league, is a lot less than what we would have played, because that game was Barcelona 2 years ago, that extra game that we had to play. And we're definitely not going to be coming up against that calibre of team in the tournament this season. But yeah, 2 more games, 1 home, 1 away, Jay.
Look, it's very simple in this Europa League. You win your home games. Okay,
And you're through.
Away to Fenerbahce. That's a standout game up against my man Mourinho, and Jose will love to beat us in Turkey, and I think that for me that's the game I'm looking forward to most. But I digress. You win your home games, and you pick up draws away from home. You finish top 8, job done, move on, and then as it runs then into January, then you rest your senior players. And you play players that aren't getting game time, and or players come back from injury. So I rephrase again: go hard or go home. Win your opening games, get qualified, tick the box, and move on.
Yeah, who are you playing today, Jay? Who are you going with for tonight's game? Like in terms of the lineup, does it take care of itself through defence and midfield, and then you've got a conundrum in the front line? How do you look at it for this game?
So defence takes care of itself. However, I would like to see Kovar start in goal. If Ten Hag is hit with an injury to Onana, God forbid, going forward, he hasn't given Kovar enough game time the last year.
Bain there.
Yeah, Bain there. My apologies. Early in the morning.
You're going way back there.
Thanks for the correction, Adam. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'd actually play the number 2 tonight. I don't think we got much to fear from Twente. Play the number 2. Give me his minutes. Stick Heaton on the bench. If we're winning 3 or 4-0, 2 minutes to go, bring Heaton on. That's what I would do. The back 4, it picks itself. Now midfield is where we have to see Ogata start. Nice nutmeg on him yesterday, by the way. I don't think he likes you very much after nutmeg, but well done.
Quality pass, mate. Left peg as well.
Left peg and carry and knock as well. Carry and knock, so big respect. I don't know if I could have done that pass even fully fit, but so in midfield, I'm going with Ogata, Casemiro, because I want to see them play at least 60 minutes together.
Mm-hmm.
In the 10, I am starting Xerxes. I want to see what he can do in the 10. And the live chat would probably lose their minds later on. I start Haaland. I want to see
Highland,
from
not
the start.
Haaland. Remember that.
Sorry, Highland. Early in the morning. Listen, I need a few more of these coffees, mate. Imagine if we had Haaland. Jesus Christ. No, look at it. I'm starting Highland up top. I want to see how Xerxes can hold up a ball and bring Highland into the game. Outright then, he's going to start Marcus Rashford. I actually would start Marcus Rashford because Rashford tonight could actually score 2 or 3 goals. And outright then, Ahmed picks himself. Ahmed is just instant start. Bruno, I'm leaving on the bench. We discussed it on last show. I think if there was a game to leave Bruno on the bench where you don't need him, is tonight, because he's going to start against Spurs on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I feel like there's no issue in leaving Bruno out either. I think it's totally fine that Bruno stays on the bench. We got more than enough. Nice to see something different. To finish up, I mean, Jay, really, when the question was asked to Ten Hag today about what, and it was a good question, what do you think is more difficult, finishing top 4 or the new format of the Europa League in terms of winning it? In the general question of getting back into the Champions League, it was, what is more difficult, Europa League winning the trophy or getting in the top 4? In terms of the competition, the teams that are in the Europa League, the formats, and then looking at the league right now and maybe how inconsistent we are, that could obviously change, Jay, but where do you think is the easiest avenue for us getting back into the, let's just say, the glory land, which is the Champions League, which we desperately need?
Look, the Jim Rashford model is next season. It is Champions League or bust. All financial are based on Champions League qualification. I think us getting top 4 in the Premiership, I wouldn't be putting my mortgage on it. I think we're going to finish 5th or 6th. So I think he's got to throw his eggs in Europa League basket, and that competition is very, very winnable. And I just hope he's learned from last season when he got dumped by Sevilla, that him getting to a final and winning it is predicated on efficient and effective squad rotation.
Yeah, it has to be, and I think he has learned that. He has been banging on about that consistently from the start of the season, so hopefully he would have learned. If I got a question to Ten Hag today, I would have asked that question, like, do you feel like you've got the right squad to rotate now? Because he's always said that he hasn't had a deep enough squad or a good enough strength in depth squad to rotate. That would have been my question yesterday if I got to ask it to Ten Hag, which was, do you feel like you can rotate this season better than you have had the chance to in previous seasons? Because I think them signings are definitely all first team players, and we've seen them all have a massive impact on the team so far this season. So rotation is massive. 11 subs, like Jay, having that fully fit squad that I watched yesterday. It was no surprise that the likes of Harry Amas, Ethan Wheatley were playing in the under-21s EFL trophy. None of them will be in the matchday squad apart from Collier. That goes to show that the injury hoodoo, whatever you want to call it, Jay, is finally over, and it is all eyes on Ten Hag. Can he make the most of this squad now? Like you just said, rotation, getting the right people in when he needs other players rested. That is everything about the whole season, is it not now, Jay?
Yeah, certainly is. Like last season, Ten Hag and I think a lot of the more rose tennis spectacles fans did use the injuries as a crutch and an excuse. But every team in sports has injuries. It's how you manage your injuries, and the injuries last season were predominantly muscle injuries because for players being overplayed and not getting sufficient recovery. So it goes back to rotation. Can Ten Hag do it? And like we know, last season he played his best 11 in the FA Cup, tried to play his best 11 also in the Carabao Cup, and tried to compound that also in the Premiership. And what happened? Muscle injuries, fatigue injuries, overuse injuries. It wasn't as if we had a bereft of injuries with shoulder dislocations, leg breaks, metatarsal breaks. It was constant overuse injuries. And the fitness department were slated in social media last season. I know Ineos have brought in some, let's just say, more efficient individuals in that department. And thus far, the proof's in the pudding. As you said yesterday, barring Luke Shaw, we have a fully fit squad. So Ten Hag now, Adam, excuses are gone. It's now time to put up or shut up, Ten Hag.
Yep. And on that note, Jake, let's have a score prediction, please, off you. What are you going with for tonight's game?
I'm going to go 4-0. I'm going to say Rashford 2, Xerxes 1, and Højlund 1.
I like it. I will take that right now, Jake. I will. Get your comments in below, everybody. Let us know what your score prediction is going to be. Let us know what your team lineup would be as well. And also, one question for you. Do you think it's easier to win the Europa League than it is to finish in the top 4 of the Premier League? I want to know your thoughts on that. Let me know which one you think. Cheers for watching, everybody. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. Only 50% of you are actually subscribers who have watched the videos recently. Let's get that down. Let's get that average down by hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification to make sure you miss out on no Manchester United free content coming your way, and the variety of the content as well. Go back and watch the video from this morning, the vlog from at Carrington behind the scenes yesterday. You will see a little insight as to what it is actually like being me and going to Carrington and what it's like at United. But Jay, cheers for coming on, mate.
Pleasure, Adam. I'm sure we'll see you on Saturday for a post-match.
Oh yes, you will. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you all after the game.